What's up, YouTube? My name is Chishazed, back in here again with another video for you guys, man. Men are the problem, not women. Men are the problem, not women. Part 2. I'm doing a part 2 because a lot of you guys didn't like what I had to say in the last video. You didn't like that when I said men are the problem, not women. See, some of you guys want women to take accountability. Some of you guys want women to understand, but you still want to be alpha, right? But you still want to be in charge. You see, you're contradicting yourself, and I'm going to explain to you why you are. If you claim to be alpha, right, you claim to be the boss. And like I said, the boss has to pay the cost to be the boss. Then you can't expect people to understand you. Sometimes they just follow because you are the boss, because you are in charge. They just follow. You're not understanding me? Let me explain. When a woman acts up, so here we're addressing the fact that men are the problem, not women. When a woman acts up, disrespects you, right? And modern women today would do a lot. So let's start with the basics, right? She could be raising her voice. As an alpha male, you're supposed to take a hold of that situation. Hey, babe, let's talk like adults. Let's relax. We don't have to yell. Let's calm down, right? She could be cursing you out. Hey, don't talk to me like that, man. I don't curse you out. Why are you cursing me out? That's the last time I'm going to allow you to do that. I don't know if you did it in your past, previous relationships or situationships, whatever you were in, but it's the last time you do that with me. Do you understand? Yes, I do. I'm sorry. Right? Or they could be putting their hands on you. All this exists in 2021. And when I say men are the problem, not women, why do you think she thinks that type of treatment to another man is acceptable? It's not because she did it with you, because when she did it with you, you checked her, right? It's because she did it with the men previously. Before you. Yes. Why are women today acting up? Because men allow it. What do I mean? If a woman yells at me, curses me out, all things that I don't tolerate when I'm dealing with a woman, right? If she yells at me and I don't check it, and I actually give her back that same energy, come out of my frame and yell at her, and I entertain that toxic environment, and now we're both screaming at each other, cursing each other out, right? I'm letting her know that that's okay. As the man, as the alpha male, I'm supposed to take a hold of my emotions, talk at a soft tone and say, hey, let's calm down. Let's talk about this like adults. Let's relax. And we go from there. So I got to ask you something. If every man in the world, now I know this is a hypothetical situation, but if every man in the world said, we will not tolerate disrespect any longer, don't you think women would start acting right to get into relationships? Yeah, they would. Let me tell you something, man. Men in this space, red pill men, I don't care if you're red pill, purple pill, make women better. I'm not talking about in relationships. Even if you have a rotation, there are a lot of women out here who've never dated a man who doesn't tolerate disrespect. When I say doesn't tolerate it, I don't mean he doesn't get offended by it. I mean, he doesn't even engage in it. Those men are rare. Right? Men today are boo-hooing as soon as a woman raises her voice. They're either getting involved in that emotional, toxic environment, or they're just sitting there and letting the woman disrespect them. Red pill men, purple pill men who are dealing with women consistently are making women better. Guaranteed. I've talked to women, man, who I've dated, And they've said things like, man, you know, I can't talk to you the way I used to talk to my ex, man. I just can't. I have to remember, I got to get used to this. You know what I mean? I just can't talk to you the same way. Even if I'm in a store, right? And a lot of people have lost this custom, but this is just a random example. And I'm just going to give this because it happened, right? If you're in a store with a woman and she's on one side of the store, you're on the other side. It's disrespectful for a woman to call out your name in amidst people and just call out. And I remember a woman doing this with me one time and she was calling me, Chisha, Chisha. I looked at her, kind of just walked over there. I didn't say anything. We got our things, purchased our stuff, got inside the car, and I said, hey, don't do that. What you did in there, you know, you yelled at me across the room from people. I'm not a little kid. That's what you do to kids. And some of these women have never dealt with the man. They've dealt with boys, right? But they haven't dealt with men. And they've also dealt with a lot of children. So I had to tell her, that's unacceptable. You don't call a grown man out in a store, right, and yell for his name. Some of you might think that's a little bit extreme, but I want to get to my first point. Men are the problem, not women. If you're out here as a man tolerating disrespect, then you are preparing that woman to assume, you're teaching her to assume that men will take disrespect in every form that it comes. But if you're out here conducting yourself like a well-balanced male, right? If an argument comes up with your woman and you say to her, hey, let's relax. We don't have to yell. Let's talk nicely, you know? Or she may get violent. Some women get violent, man. And you check her and say, don't ever, you know, even act like you put your hands on me. Again, or else this thing is done. Some women have never heard that in their lives. You'd be surprised. Me personally, I cut it off right then and there if I feel like a person can't control themselves to the point where they want to get physical with you. A woman, right? If a man, that's a whole different issue, man. We're gonna have to throw hands. Men are the problem, not women. You want to know who's responsible for creating unruly women? You can blame their mothers, right? You can go ahead and blame the media, television. But the biggest influence of why women act up are thirsty beta males who will do anything for the box, who would do anything to get laid. And these women say, oh, okay, I could get away with this, right? Because he wants it. Who are overvaluing a woman's vagina and tolerating disrespect. Some of you want women to understand. Listen, if you're an alpha, if you're the boss, think of your boss at the job we work at right now. They've got some crazy rules in there, right? They've got some rules that you may disagree with. You will never understand as an employer. But will you quit? No, because you need the money and you love working there. Sometimes women won't understand. They won't understand why you say a certain thing the way you say it, right? They won't accept accountability. What I mean is it gets to a point where it's like, do you want to work here? Yes or not? And more likely than not, you don't want to lose your job, so you'll stay, right? And if you're a solid individual, women will stay with you and listen to that law. Sometimes they won't admit to the problem, but you know, that need for accountability, that need for her to understand you and see it from your perspective, that's a bit beta, man. Sometimes they won't. Sometimes you just got to say, this is how it has to be. Either that or leave. But the overall message I was trying to put out when I made that video, and now I'm making this video, men are the problem, not women, is who are out here creating these monsters, right? Men are. They're allowing women to act like this. Let me give you guys an example. Years back, you had to be married to have sex. as a man, to have sex with a woman, you had to be married, unless if you're willing to go through great lengths to have sex. You had to be married. Fast forward. Sexual liberation, sexual freedom, women empowerment. And a lot of women empowerment today has to do with sexual freedom, right? And they have that sexual freedom, but what else have they done? They've lowered the cost of the punani. It dropped quickly, fast, not slow. Right? So now when a woman values her punani, her box, you're looking around like, wait, why would I deal with you when there's other women out here who are not waiting, right? Who are not celibate? Who's to blame that you're not going to wait till marriage to have sex with a woman? Who's to blame? If every woman right now said, we're not giving any coochie out until somebody put a ring on it, right? That was my middle finger. I didn't mean to do that. Ring. Till somebody put a ring on it, there'll be a lot of niggas out here getting married. Let's keep it real. A lot. You think you're red pill? Yeah, okay. We'll take away all the coochie away from everybody. Every single woman agrees. We'll be getting married left and right. I hope we wouldn't. I hope we would hold on. I hope we would fight back. You know what I mean? But let's be realistic here. There's more beta males than there are alpha males. So we all know what would happen. So who's to blame, right? The men don't value sex the way that they used to. Women are to blame. Women are to blame. The women that are out here giving it for the low. And I'm not mad. But this is why I say to you, men are to blame, right? So you have to take full responsibility in whatever situation you're in, whether you're dealing with one woman, you live in that purple pill life like myself, or you're dealing with multiple women. It's you, man. You decide. You tolerate the amount of disrespect you will receive, how things will go, right? Don't blame the woman for not understanding or seeing and, women are the problem. I just wish blah, 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 blah. No, it's you, dog. Like I said, men with red pill understanding are out here creating better women. And that's just the truth. My name is Chishazed. Thank you so much for checking out my video. We'll talk soon. Later. Peace.